In a small coastal village in the Philippines, the De La Cruz family lived in a tiny wooden hut patched with rusted metal sheets. The father, Mang Lito, worked long hours as a fisherman, but his old boat leaked so badly that he could barely catch enough fish to feed his wife and 3 children. His wife, Aling Rosa, washed clothes for neighbors just to earn a few extra pesos. Despite their hardships, the family remained kind, generous, and hopeful. Every morning, their youngest daughter, Mila, walked barefoot to school with a torn bag she had been using for 3 years. Her older brothers collected discarded plastic bottles after class to help buy rice. Even with so little, the family never begged. They believed that patience and kindness would someday bring blessings. One night, a heavy storm hit the village. The waves smashed Mang Lito's already damaged boat, leaving him without a way to work. Their roof leaked so much that they couldn't sleep. The whole family gathered under one dry corner, praying silently for strength. A neighbor recorded a short video of the family trying to save their small home from the rain. The video showed their kindness toward each other, how the kids comforted their mother, how the father kept saying, "Kaya natin to, we can get through this." That video quietly spread on social media, touching thousands of hearts. None of them knew that this moment of struggle would soon lead to something life-changing. The next morning, while the family tried to fix the roof with palm leaves, a stranger arrived in the village. His name was Marco, a Filipino vlogger known for helping families in hidden poverty. He had seen the viral clip and immediately traveled to find them. When he approached the house, the children looked at him with curiosity but also shyness. Mang Lito wiped his sweaty forehead and politely asked if he needed help. Marco smiled, explaining he came because he saw their story online. At first, the family hesitated, they were not used to receiving help. But Marco reassured them that many people were inspired by their kindness and wanted to support them. He asked if he could film their story, promising it would be handled respectfully. As Marco walked around the small home, he noticed how careful the family was with everything. Old clothes neatly folded. Reused containers arranged perfectly. A broken electric fan rebuilt using tape and scrap wire. Even in poverty, they carried dignity and gratitude. The children offered Marco a small cup of instant coffee, their last sachet for the week. He was touched by their generosity despite their struggles. Marco knew the audience would want to help even more once they saw how pure-hearted the family truly was. So he sat with them and listened to their dreams. Mila hoped for new shoes so she could walk to school more confidently. Her brothers wished for a small livelihood to help their parents. Rosa wished for a dry home. Mang Lito only hoped for a boat strong enough to work again. Marco silently promised himself, this family deserves a miracle. A week later, Marco returned, but this time, he wasn't alone. Behind him were volunteers carrying boxes, bags, and equipment. A camera recorded everything as he approached the family's house. The children ran out first, thinking he was just visiting again. But the moment they saw the boxes labeled grocery supplies, their eyes widened. Rosa covered her mouth in shock, tears already forming. Mang Lito froze, unable to speak. Marco revealed the first gift, 3 months' worth of food supplies. Rice, canned goods, noodles, milk, vitamins, hygiene kits, more than the family had ever seen at once. Then came the second surprise, brand new clothes for each family member. The children giggled as they saw colorful shirts and bags. But Marco wasn't done. He told them to step outside. At the entrance of their small yard stood a brand new fiberglass fishing boat, painted bright blue with the name Mila's Hope. Mang Lito dropped to his knees, shaking. He tried to speak but his voice broke. Rosa hugged her children tightly, crying softly. Mila kept repeating, "Salamat pa, salamat pa." Marco explained that viewers from around the world donated to help rebuild their life. The boat came with a new engine, fishing gear, and even a life jacket for each child. Then came the final surprise, volunteers began installing a new roof and walls for their home. The family watched in disbelief as strangers worked together to rebuild the house they once feared losing. Their reaction was so pure and emotional that everyone, from the volunteers to the viewers later watching, couldn't hold back tears. Marco uploaded the full video of the surprise, but he didn't expect what came next. Within 24 hours, the video exploded online. Millions of people watched the moment Mang Lito fell to his knees, Rosa cried quietly, and the children hugged Marco with innocent gratitude. Comments poured in from all over the world. "This is the purest reaction I've ever seen. This family deserves everything good. I cried so much watching this." Celebrities shared the video. News outlets wrote articles. Many Filipinos abroad sent messages saying the story reminded them of their own families back home. The clip that went most viral was the moment when Mila hugged her new school bag tightly and said, "Now I'm not ashamed to go to class." That single sentence touched millions. Donations kept pouring in, much more than Marco expected. Viewers requested updates, wanting to help the family build a better future. Schools offered scholarships for the children. Local fishermen donated spare nets and tools. Even the municipality reached out, offering support for a long-term livelihood program. The De La Cruz family had never imagined that their sincere reaction would reach the world. They were overwhelmed but grateful. They kept saying, "We don't know how to repay everyone, but we promise to be good people forever." People admired not just their poverty, but their kindness, humility, and unity. That's what made the story unforgettable. Months passed, and the De La Cruz family's life transformed. Mang Lito now earned a steady income from fishing with his new boat. He repaired it regularly, treating it like his most precious blessing. Rosa started a small sari-sari store using donor funds, finally giving her a way to earn at home. The children's lives improved the most. Mila now walked to school proudly with clean clothes and shoes. She became one of the top students because she could finally study without worrying about hunger or rain leaking into their home. Her brothers no longer had to collect plastic bottles. Instead, they joined school clubs and dreamed bigger. The family's new home stood strong with a proper roof, clean floors, and solid walls. They decorated it with small drawings, seashell art, and a wooden sign that read, "Blessed Family." Marco continued visiting them, not for filming, but as a friend. The family always prepared food and laughter for him. Their bond became one of genuine love, not just charity. Over time, the De La Cruz story inspired thousands more to help struggling families. Many vloggers started similar missions. Ordinary people began giving food, clothes, and hope to their neighbors. What began as a video of a family struggling in a storm became a reminder to the world: kindness spreads. The final shot of their updated story showed the family standing together on the beach during sunset, smiling with peace in their hearts. Mang Lito holding his daughter's hand, Rosa hugging her son's. The sky glowing behind them. Their journey proved that even in the darkest times, one act of kindness can spark a miracle.